guys, it's Rebecca. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be starting a series on the stock market. Today's video we're going to go over how to open a brokerage account. So there's a few things that we need to know before we get started, and I'm just going to put a list right here of things that you need to gather before we start our application process. There are a lot of brokers out there. Before I opened my first brokerage account, I studied so much into which broker I wanted to use. The reason I went with WeBull is because it felt like WeBull was geared more toward beginners than all the other brokers were, so I decided to go with WeBull, and that is who our video will be on today. That's who I will be using for all of my illustrations. I've been using them for 8 months now, and I have had no problems so far. My brother used Robinhood, had some problems with that. If any of you remember what happened with GameStop, I literally have zero respect left in my body for Robinhood after that. So if you are looking to open a brokerage account, make sure that you study on your own which broker you want to go with, and if you don't really care, you should go with WeBull. If you decide to choose your own broker that's not WeBull, make sure that they definitely offer commission-free trading. This is something that's very important. If they don't, you will be regretting it in the long run. The second thing that we need to decide is what type of account you're going to be using. Now, there are two types of accounts that you can choose from when you're opening a traditional brokerage account, which is what we're doing today. You can either choose a cash account or a margin account. If you've never invested in the stock market before, if you've never traded with the stock market before, I would say that you definitely need to go with a cash account. With a cash account, you can only purchase stocks with the money that is settled in your account, which is the money that is available for you to trade. With a margin account, you can purchase stocks with the value of stocks that you already own. If you have a margin account and you have a stock that's worth $500, you can leverage that $500 to buy another stock that's worth $500. But if both of those stocks go down, then you are going to be in debt with the company and have to deposit more money from your bank account to cover your losses. This is why I don't think that margin accounts are a good idea for someone that's just starting out in the stock market. I wouldn't even really recommend it for anyone. I think that you should start off small, and it's actually good to not have as much money because you don't want to take as high of risks. When you're starting off, you want to be able to learn. We are definitely going to go with cash accounts today. If you want to do a margin account, feel free to do that. I would also say that if you're a gambler, you should definitely in no way open a margin account. That can get out of control for you and out of hand. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go to my computer and I'm going to walk you all through the process of filling out an application to open a brokerage account with WeBull. Okay, so I just want to walk you through how to open a WeBull brokerage account. So we're just going to go to webull.com and I'm going to walk you through everything that you need to know. Unfortunately, I already have one, so I'm not going to be able to open one today, but I can basically get to the end of this application and then you all can go from there. So the first thing it's going to want from you is either an email or a phone number that you can sign up with. It doesn't matter which one you use, so whichever one you prefer, you can just put that in there and then create a password. Once you fill in those things, it's going to send you a verification code to either your phone number or your email, whichever one you put in, and then you just need to put in that verification code to sign up. So once you put in that verification code, it's going to create an account for you. And this isn't open a brokerage account, this just created an account with WeBull. Now you're gonna scroll down on that first page and go to where it says open account and just click on that. And this is gonna start your application for your brokerage account. So you're gonna put your country of residence, your identification type. I always just use my driver's license, but if you don't have one and you need to use a different type of identification, you can put that there. And then just upload a picture of whichever identification type that you chose. So I just uploaded a picture of my ID, of the front and the back of my ID, and then press continue. Okay, now you're just going to start filling in your personal information. It's gonna ask for your country again, then your first and last name, the gender that you identify with, your date of birth, your marital status, the number of dependents, which if you're single and you don't have any children, that's just gonna be 1. It's gonna ask for your ID number, and this is just going to be the number on whichever identification type you chose, and then the expiration date on that ID. It's gonna ask for your social security number. Sometimes people wonder why a brokerage account needs your social security number. Anytime that you are going to open an account that is going to hold money of yours or transfer money of yours, you're usually going to have to put your social security number in there for more reasons than this, but mostly for tax reasons, because if you're involved in the stock market and you do end up withdrawing money within the year, that does have to go on your taxes. And then you're just going to type in your address. The next thing you're going to do is put your employment information in. So it's just going to ask if you're employed or unemployed, and then the nature of business. Just choose the thing that's closest to it, and then the name of your employer. Now it's going to ask some investment information, and this here doesn't really affect too much, but you just want to answer honestly. So it's going to ask how much investment experience do you have, and I just put none, although I have investment experience. And then what's your investment objective? And obviously there's no wrong answer here, but the objective of investment for me is just to grow the money that I already have. And then it says, how long do you plan to invest your money? And this, I'm just going to put less than 4 years, because I'm probably going to use the money that I earn to buy a house or a new car or something in that nature. So I'm putting less than 4 years, but you can put whatever applies to you. Don't worry, it's not going to change anything. It's going to ask you, if your entire investment portfolio lost 10% of its value in a month during a market decline, what would you do? And some people sell all of their investments, some people sell some of their investments, but if you know anything about the stock market, and I will teach you this, when the stock market is low, you should keep what you have and buy more if you can. Then it's going to ask for your financial information. How important is liquidity to you? So basically, liquidity is how easy it would be to get your money from your brokerage account into your checking account. So that's very important to me. I don't want my money to be stuck inside of my brokerage account and not be able to get it out if I need it in the case of an emergency. And then it asks for your approximate yearly income, your approximate total net worth, and then the approximate total value of your cash and liquid investments. So that does not include retirement unless you're over 59 and a half. And then it asks some questions that will most likely not apply to any of you, but if it does, you need to be honest and click yes. But it's probably not going to apply to many people. And now it just has a declaration that you need to agree to, and read it. If you don't feel comfortable with it, look into what it says and agree to it if you feel comfortable, and don't agree if you don't feel comfortable. And then here is where you're going to choose your account type. We already talked about the type of account that you're going to open, and we already talked about the fact that we're going to open a cash account instead of a margin account. So you're just going to click on the cash account, and then when you scroll down, it's going to ask if you want to apply for crypto trading, and you are going to click on that if you would like to. I would definitely recommend. Now it's just going to ask you to click and sign with an e-signature. So you're going to do that. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it is going to be in your file. Obviously, I'm not submitting this, so I just scribbled a little bit. Now you just need to verify the email account that you're going to link with this account, and then press submit. In most cases, the account application is approved automatically, and if yours isn't, you can look into why. Once your application is approved, you're going to log into your account and go to deposit and withdrawal and set up your bank account, your checking account in there. Your bank must be capable of ACH transfers, which most banks are, but we're just gonna assume today that your bank is capable of ACH transfers. You're just going to put in your bank account information into your account, and then you can deposit however much money you want to. I also just real quickly wanted to cover the difference between a traditional brokerage account and like a Roth IRA or a retirement account. So basically, a Roth IRA or any retirement account, you can put money into it, and there are different benefits of it, different perks of it, but the thing is that you can't take that money out usually until you're 59 and a half. And if you take it out earlier, you'll have to pay fees. So the money that you put into a retirement account or a Roth IRA or anything like that is not what you would call liquid. Basically, the easiest way to think of the term liquid, how fast could I take that money and get it in cash in my hand? If you put money into a retirement account, it is not liquid because it's very hard for you to take that money and get that cash in your hand. Now, if you put your money into a brokerage account because you're saving for a house, saving for a car, saving for a vacation, or something that is going to be before you're 59 and a half, that money is liquid. You can easily get that money out of the stock, out of the brokerage account, into your checking account into your hand. Basically, if you need the money to be accessible, you're going to put that money into a brokerage account. If you need that money to be ultra accessible, then you're going to put that money into a savings account. And if you need to spend that money immediately, then you're going to put that money into a checking account. So I just wanted to cover that real quick. And I am also going to put out a video this Wednesday on opening a Roth IRA, so make sure that you come back to my account and check that out later, okay guys? If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, make sure to let me know in the comments and I will be sure to reply. If you have any questions that are a little more in detail, make sure to check out my Instagram page and you can always message me on there. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not an accountant, I don't work in the financial industry, so this is in no way financial advice. This is just something that I have learned and I have studied within the past 8 months, and this is just something that I want to share with you. This is Sprinkles Kramer. For those of you who haven't seen my last video, she wanted to say hi. She said she's sorry for not wanting to say hi last time, but clearly this time she's very much excited to say hi to everyone. Say hi, Sprinkles. She's not interested.